Well, there is nothing like that moment when a young person gets their first phone. It's a coming-of-age moment, but it can also open them to a world of hurt and even confusion.
Yeah, and you want to protect them from that. So how do you protect them while giving them freedom of connecting with friends? Well, new this morning, John Shumway is here with kind of some tough love, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And this comes from an expert. Tough love because they need to know, yes, it's their phone, but the adult in their life is still in control.
It's almost a middle school rite of passage. Whether it's a phone or a tablet or some other form, it is where our children live.
This is where it gets tricky because you're trying to build trust, but you're also saying, hey, there needs to be transparency between your interactions on the phone and my access to your phone.
Licensed family counselor David Morris says your access to their phone is not negotiable.
Most parents I talk to, I tell them, if you don't have access to the phone, then you should probably remove the phone until you get access.
But it doesn't have to be heavy-handed. Morris says work with your child and tell them you just want to be able to spot check.
I'm looking for swear words. I'm looking for nasty things. I'm looking for bad pictures. I'm not going to go through every little comment that you make.
And Morris says teach them to screenshot anything questionable so it's on the record.
And then you decide, do I turn this into the school? Do I turn this into the guidance counselor? Do I go across the aisle to a parent and turn this in?
But he says you also need to be ready for what you might find.
I have had clients where have turned in their own kids for their own behavior.
Yeah, that's not something that parents are ready to see, that their own child is the bully. So let's go back to knowing when something may be wrong. Because the kids are rarely going to tell you, Morris says watch their facial expressions when they're online and when their electronic conversations end. You may be able to detect that something's not right. And he says at that point you need to be direct and ask them questions because ultimately the goal is to help them deal with the difficulty.
Absolutely. But I mean, one of the things that adds to it is they're going to delete anything
Right.
that they don't want you to see, right?
Without a doubt, which is why he says your spot checks need to be random and inconsistent so they don't know when they're coming.
Yeah, that's a good idea because, kids can be slick,
Yeah,
so you got to be
they can.
quick. All right, John, thanks.
What a slogan. Kids can be slick, so you got to be quick. It rhymes.
Bumper sticker.
Not intended, folks.
All right. Thanks, John.